This one was a really vague question, and of course, every dynamic is very different, very organic, okay? And so without having one-on-one time with this couple, this dynamic, to dig into the specifics of what they each want and crave and need and the boundaries and limits, I'm going to give you a very general answer. You take my general answer and you make it specific for your dynamic. Okay? Here we go. Here's the third question. Came in from Amber Sips. Do you have any good advice on rules and how to maintain my submissive for a 24/7 dynamic? We are both willing to push pretty far, and I'm thinking about daily rules that would be medium difficulty to maintain, not easy, but not overly hard. And you know, the way that this question is phrased, it makes me kind of sad because this is someone who's just a little bit in their head. And this is what I work with so often when I'm working, in a coaching or mentoring strategy or situation with my dominance is you get in your head. And dominance, the best thing that you could do, get out of your head and back into your body, back into the present moment, and just observe what's going on with your submissive and respond accordingly. Okay? But specifically for this question, I wanted to talk about, I think I have 4 points. I have 3 points and 4 sub-points. No pun intended. Dominant. Rules come after devotion is built. Rules come after devotion is built. If you are trying to ingratiate a submissive to you through just giving them a slew of rules, they're going to get burnt out and bratty very, very quickly. It's going to be incredibly unfulfilling. They're going to buck and protest and feel disconnected and brat or just leave the dynamic. It's not going to work out well. Dominance, if you feel that the way for you to be dominant is to throw more rules at your submissive, you don't know what it is to be a dominant. Dominance, if you feel like throwing out rules to your submissive will earn their devotion to you, you don't know what it is to be a dominant. And I'm not saying that to be shitty. I'm saying that to direct you to my Dominance 101 playlist, because there's a ton of amazing information on that playlist. If you are new, if you're navigating this for the first time and you don't know where to start, where to build devotion, go to that playlist, especially my soft dom videos, which I'm going to have to circle around and do another one, because this is incredibly prevalent, these kinds of questions. So that's the first one. Rules come after devotion is built. How do you build devotion? You understand what your submissive is looking for, what they're needing from you, what they're wanting from you. You make your submissive feel incredibly seen and safe and loved, okay? So again, safe, sane, consensual, right? But what's my definition of consent? Consent is a completely mindful, willing, and uncoerced choice to say yes, and the ability to revoke that yes at any point without fear of repercussion. That is safety. If your submissive knows that they're not trapped, you're not micromanaging and controlling them, you're waiting for them to come to you, to feel seen and safe by you. Then we can take it to a different level. Then we can start going, okay, now that you want me, I'm going to take you and raise that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to build upon the devotion that you've given me, submissive to dominant. Rules should be consistently reinforced with effective rewards and punishments. Notice I said both effective rewards and punishments. It's like all positive dog training doesn't fucking work because you produce an entitled little creature, okay? So, rewards when they are good. Punishments when they are good. Give them the things that they really, really want, they really, really crave. Bliss them out when they are pleasing you, when they're good. But alternatively, reinforce consistently with punishments as well. If you don't know where to start, I've done 4 videos now likely more, touched on it in a few other videos, but 4 specific videos on punishments. I've got the 30 or 31 non-physical BDSM punishments. Then I've got the 3-part series I just completed, active punishments, denial punishments, and pain-based punishments. If you haven't watched any of those videos, go and check them out. And point number 3, rules should not be busy work. Now, let me break down the 4 sub-points to that final point here. Rules should not be busy work. And this is what I run into a lot with new dominants too, is they feel like they're not an authentic dominant if their submissive isn't on the obedience app, or, you know, they don't go and do all these, you know, scenes in public or whatever. Fill in the blank that causes imposter syndrome in the heart of a dominant. And so the dominant just goes, oh, I need to be more dominant, and more dominant equals more rules. That's often the mentality that I run into. More dominance equals more rules, and nothing could be further from the truth. More insecurity equals more rules. More of a need for control equals more rules. But if you are actually a confident, grounded, secure dominant who knows your authority, knows how to handle your submissive, then you don't need more rules. You need effective rules. So my 4 points here. Rules should help the sub grow in their role. That is the first criteria for a rule that I ever established. Any rule I've ever created for a submissive should help the submissive grow. Help the submissive grow in their role as a submissive. Basically, we're training them how to please us. Dominants, we're training the submissive through our rules, through our boundaries, through our expectations, what we want from a submissive, how they can be better as a submissive, how they can please us more, how they can be more obedient, etc. That's number 1. Rules should also help the sub with their own personal development goals, okay? So if your submissive is wanting to lose 50 pounds, dominants, set rules around that personal development goal that they have, okay? Number 3, rules should add value to the dominant's life. Dominance, domination should be fun, especially you ladies. You need to hear this. Domination should be fun. If you feel like it's constant work and you're drained and you're bored and you're in your head all the time, you're not doing it right. Rules should add value to your life. What would be fun for you? What would be beneficial for you? If you gave your submissive this rule, this ritual, this protocol, whatever, what would it bring to your life? What value would it add to your life? And finally, rules should foster connection between the dominant and submissive.